You are welcome to Teens Connect, the platform for teens like myself to express ourselves freely and talk about issues that bother us. Today, I am your host, Kofi, and back on the show to co-host with me is Ella, who has been absent for a few weeks. Ella, it's nice to have you back.
Thank you.
All right. Today, our panelists are Pastor Ivo, Nadia, and Anita. This promises to be very, very interesting and exciting. But before we delve into anything, I would like us to have a quick discussion. Pastor, the last time you came here, you were the unsuccessful CPP presidential aspirant. Now, you are the vice presidential candidate for the PNC. Congratulations on your appointment.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Pastor, but why do you switch from one side to another?
Oh, anyway, both parties are Nkrumah's parties.
Okay.
Nkrumah used CPP, and then Hilary Liman and Moro Igala, they had PNC after CPP was disbanded. So I'm in the same Nkrumah's ideological camp.
Okay.
But I went with CPP because they didn't want to go into this election because of party problems. But I took the lead, and we were almost in the limelight, but I lost. I told you why I lost last week.
You refused to help God.
So I was home after my loss, very confused as to God put it in my heart to do this. I left the church to do this, and thank God all my help came from the church. Some church members sponsored my CPP campaign, and I lost. So we were hoping I was gonna pick up for running mate. He picked somebody else. So that means I'm totally lost now. I have no more voice, I'm out of the game. So I went to God, I was praying. Matter of fact, I was so depressed, I was lying in my living room floor praying to God. I said, God, have you deceived me? You put in my heart to go inside this thing. I have lost, hoping for running mate. I lost that also. Do I go back to church, or what do you want me to do now? Then the phone rang. So I asked him permission to allow me to pick up the phone because I was praying. I shouldn't answer a phone when I'm praying to God. I asked him permission, and I picked up the phone, and it was the search team for PNC. They asked me if I was Divine Ivo. I said, yes, I am. They said, this is the search team of PNC. We are searching for a presidential candidate. We reviewed, we saw you on TV, we know what you can do. Will you mind considering the offer to be a running mate for Apacera? What answer would you have given if you were praying to God that He deceived you, and all of a sudden, without any effort? I didn't go looking for this because it's not a possibility. But this is what God did. So my answer was very quick and without thinking. I said, yes. Where do we meet? He said, come for the interview. When can you come? I said, right now. I'll be there in an hour. And I went, and they interviewed me, and they gave it to me. So now I've been promoted. I'm His Excellency. Say Excellency.
Excellent.
Great, my way to go.
All right. Okay, so to start things off, we are going to do some charades. And so I would want to find out, I'm pairing Nadia and Pastor and Anita and Ella. Who would want to pick and who would want to act for Nadia and Pastor?
I will pick, she will act.
No, I'll do the other way around. Pastor will pick.
Yeah, I will pick.
Yes.
No, the person who is acting has to pick.
Oh, the person acting has to pick.
Yes.
And then they act.
Yes, you have to guess.
I have to guess what they're doing.
Yes.
Very good.
You should pick.
So Nadia said you should pick. And so,
Oh, why did you switch?
so you pick. Nadia said you should pick. Okay, so Ella and Anita. So Pastor, what do you pick? Come and show it to me, please.
I can show you.
Let me see. Let me see.
Just between.
Yes, the two of us. Okay. So, please, you have to mimic it so that Nadia, let's see. Pastor, please stand. Three attempts.
It's so hard.
Yes, she got it correct with the sword. As you can see, the sword. Anita and Ella, who's going to pick, who's going to act? Anita is picking and acting. Okay, great. Okay,
She's very happy about it.
okay, so please stand and act. Oh, Anita, please stand and act.
Why are you laughing?
She's happy.
Please stand and act.
She's very happy.
Anita,
No, I can't act.
you just stand it.
I know.
Stand, please.
Do you know what it was?
Yes, please. Please
No,
stand.
no.
Just give us your best attempt.
No, I can't act.
It's a kid.
So do you forfeit?
No, she will do it.
Anita, please.
You can.
How can I act?
Anita, please stand and do it for
No,
us.
no, wait. I
You
can't
can do
act.
it.
I can't act plantain. How
Oh,
would I
you
act
spotted. So you guys see, you just try acting plantain.
plantain?
That's fufu.
You see how you acted?
Okay, so I think you guys lose this round. So they're on 3, on 0. So will you like to switch it up?
No.
So Pastor is going to act again. Okay.
The next time I act.
Oh, so she didn't do anything and she lost.
It's coming straight to me. Alright, so Pastor.
A Bible. A Bible.
No, 2 attempts more.
A book.
No, last attempt.
Okay, big. Okay. A graphic newspaper or something.
Alright, newspaper,
Right.
that's correct. Alright, so are you switching it around? Anita, please come to me and pick it. You again? You show it to me.
You see, she's laughing again.
Oh, please act it out. Please stand in the middle and act it out. So I can see. Please, you have 30 seconds to guess.
Saxophone. No.
2 more attempts.
A rod.
What?
No, she's doing something. A needle.
No, it's inner tube.
How do you
So
want me to get
so
this?
at this point it's 6-0. Please, do you want to change the winning formula? So Pastor, please come to me and pick. Please show it to me.
I think I should pick something else
Oh,
because
no,
Anyway.
please. 2 attempts more.
A box.
No, last attempt.
Magazine diary.
Yeah, magazine, that's correct. Okay, so this team has gotten all their questions correct. Ella, you there, Anita, if you ask, I think you end this contest to 0. So please, come and.
Oh. Let's do this. Ah!
Ella, please act it out. Please.
Thank you. How do you want me to act this? Let's see. Like how? Like no, I can't.
You can't do it.
No.
Beans, common beans.
Like how do you act beans? How can you act beans?
All right, that was very, very, very interesting. So today we are going to delve into the big question. But before that, let's go on a break. But we'll be right back. Our big question has to do with: is life a right or a privilege? Is life a right or a privilege? So ponder over this question, and when we are back, we'll discuss it. Is life a right or a privilege? Thank you.
Welcome back from the break. As Kofi said, we're going to talk about if life is a privilege or a right. So let's take the views of Anita and Nadia. Then I'll give my view on it as well. Then we listen to Pastor. So over to you, Nadia. What do you think? Is life a right or a privilege? And if it is, what is right and what is privilege?
Okay, so I think life is a privilege.
Okay.
Because we're given life as a result of God's benevolence to us. So if God gives you the privilege to live, then it becomes, because God has given you the privilege, now it becomes a right for you to live. That is what I think.
Okay. So what is a right?
I think that one, it is an irrevocable entitlement. Like you are entitled to have your own, to have your rights.
Yeah.
You need to have rights.
She said,
But privileges, it's maybe granted, or maybe conditions or something. But with rights, you have it. It's unchangeable.
please, what word did you use? It's an what? What did you say again?
Yes, I gave a surname for that. Unchangeable, irrevocable.
Irrevocable entitlement.
Exactly.
So right is an irrevocable entitlement. That's a very interesting definition. Anita, what's your take?
I think life is a right. And a right is something that an individual is allowed to do or have due to the laws of the land. And a privilege is like a special advantage. That's what I think.
All right.
Views are right, but then let's listen to what Google has for us. Okay, so a privilege is a special right, advantage, or immunity granted or available only to a person or a group. Then right is, as Nadia said, a moral or legal entitlement to have or do something. So basically, we are all on the same platform. So now let's listen to what Pastor has for us.
Well, life from God's perspective is a right that He gives to us, that nobody should take from us, except the laws of the land, which gives us privileges. We abuse the privilege to the extent that the law demands our life should be taken from us. But normally, you have your rights to live, pursue your dreams, and be happy, and you don't have your right to come and disturb my rights. Even friends. We can be as friends as much as you want. You have a right. I give you a right to visit my house, to sleep in the house. But if I wake up and I go to my washroom and I see you using my toothbrush, you have abused the right. So there are lines in it that we cannot. Driving is a privilege. Driving is not a right. It's a privilege. But if you start driving the opposite way on the road, you are abusing your privilege. And your license can be taken from you. But what God has given us is a right. Laws come to augment the right, and we have it. And privileges are extra little rights that are given to us that we cannot abuse.
Okay. So, Pastor, given that we've established that a privilege is some form of a right, a special, extra little right. What does our world have to say on human rights? I mean, from a Christian perspective, what do we have to say on human rights? Given that we've established that life is a right, so what does our world have to say on human rights?
Human rights is people encroaching on your rights that you have. They're denying you the privileges that come with your rights. Like somebody picks you up and makes you a slave. They are depriving you of your right, and they are encroaching on it. So it's illegal. But some laws make it legal. That's why slave trade was legal to a point until they changed it. Kidnapping is encroaching on your rights. They catch you and they want you to live according to their dictates, not what you want. And it happens. People use religion even to encroach on people's rights. You know the most popular one? You sell water for the whole day and make five CDs. And you go to church and say, come and sow a seed. Come and sow a seed. And you bring that 5 CDs and give it to them. So when you go home, more will grow. So they are encroaching on people's rights. They are abusing people's rights.
All right, Anita, do you believe in human rights?
Yes.
So where do you draw the line between human rights and the Bible? Because, you know, in this contemporary world, now people have the right to be gay, which is something that is not in the Bible. And so, do you believe in such forms of human rights?
Human rights is okay, but it's not all forms of human rights that is okay. It's not everything that you have to do. Like some things that you do, you have to go for reference from the Bible. If it's against the Bible, I don't think because society is doing it, you should also follow.
Okay. So, Nadia, will you respect someone's human right to be gay? Human right, I use that in quote. Will you respect that?
Well, I would respect it. It doesn't mean that, I agree to what the person is doing, but do you want to do it? It's your right, so yeah, you can go ahead. Because you have the right to do whatever you want to do. So, you have decided not to do what's right and you're not doing it, so it's your right.
So you have the right to decide to do what is not right.
Yes, and what is right. So, if you decide to be gay, that is your problem.
All right, Pastor, what's your take?
Oh, because it's in the Bible, it doesn't make it right. all the gays in the Bible are called sodomites, and God was against it. He's always been against it. It's not a sin, it's called an abomination, which is almost unpardonable because a blatant disobedience of God's laws. So they call it human rights. There are a group of people who are fighting against it, that it is not human rights. It's a choice. It's a choice people make to be that. But they have not been created to be that. Given there are eunuchs in the Bible, but some are forced to become a eunuch. Like Daniel, he was forced to become a eunuch. He wasn't gay, but he was a eunuch. So it's in the Bible. But God has always been against it. So if human is agreeing to it, then children of God have to make a decision to obey God or man.
All right, Pastor.
Alcoholism, you can drink, it's legal, but God is against it. So we will not do it.
All right, Pastor, but I don't know how to put this, but God gave us a right of choice. And so is it allowed to respect their right to do what they want to do? Because not everybody is a Christian. So how do we exercise our right? And before I come to Pastor, let me take the view of Ella. How do we respect that right in our Christianity? Because sometimes when you don't speak out against it, it's some form of support. So how do we respect that right that people have?
When you see someone doing the wrong, you have to let the person know. For all you know, the person is doing it because of peer pressure or something, or maybe out of the person's own will. So you have to let the person know that what I'm doing, what you are doing is wrong. So if the person doesn't want to understand, then you leave him or her. So you're not so enticed with what they are doing, but it's the person's choice, so just respect it.
All right, Pastor, so I think Ella has justified. But my question is it wrong because the Bible says it's wrong? And are we all bound by the Bible, even those who are not Christians?
It's a good question. But in our purview, Seventh-day Adventist Christians, we have chosen to use the Bible as our guide. So whatever goes contrary, we can speak to it in reference to our understanding of the Bible. But if somebody else chooses to do contrary, as long as it's not affecting us directly, we can speak against it. But we are not going to enforce them to do what we do. But do I approve of it? No. Am I going to prevent people from being gay? No. Because it's not my prerogative. If the laws of the land allows it, then the laws, we abide by the laws. Romans 13, we have to obey the law of the land, but
all right, thank you so much. I think we've all learned so much that once God has given you life, it is His privilege to give it to you. He gives life to you as a privilege, but between your fellow humans, it becomes a right. I think we've all established that. And I also think that our worldview is that we are all bound by the law of God, and so we should try as much as possible to live by it. But we begin to encroach on other people's rights when we force them to do the things that we do and the things that we believe. I think it's something that we've all learned, and that we should speak against it, yes, but we shouldn't force them to do what we do. That's very, very insightful, and we'll be on a short break. When we are back, we're going to discuss today's topic of the day, which has to do with a girl who is being called fat and obese, teased by her friends, and she often spends time in seclusion because she's shying away from people. How do we help such a person build self-esteem? How do we also avoid teasing such a person? Stay tuned as we discuss this topic. All right, you're welcome from the short break. Very, very short one. You know, since Achese is looking forward to becoming a pastor in the near future by God's grace, decided to step in for Pastor Ivo, who is on an emergency. You're welcome, Achese.
Thank you.
So, as we said, we're going to discuss our topic of the day. So, Anita, have you often been called fat? I know, looking at you, anyone who calls you fat is very mean, but have you also been called very slim?
Oh, I used to be fat.
Hey, in which university?
I really don't know what happened before I lost weight, but I was really big.
So, did it have a toll on you mentally?
Oh no, but people used to call me fat, but I didn't like it. But it was the truth, so there was nothing I could do about it.
Nadia, that's what you. I don't think. Have you ever been fat?
I know.
Oh,
If I
if I look at her, she can't be fat.
I-
Actually, is that what you're saying?
I've
not
always
true.
been
Oh.
there.
So, yeah, no. Actually,
Yes.
okay. We will let's move on. I don't want to delve into that. Okay, so I'm not asking anyone else any questions. But why is it that we are brought up in a culture that likes to make fun of people? Is it because of our parents around us, or we are naturally stubborn? Actually, what's your take?
Make fun of people, child. That one is normal. You see that thing is normal. Like, I don't know how it happened, but then it's normal. It's part of human beings. It's not a culture or anything, but then it is part of us. We always make fun of people.
So I said it is not our parents and our situations around us.
No, it's actually normal to make fun of people.
It's normal.
Yes.
So will you consider it normal when people were calling you fat?
Yes, because I was fat then. I was. But now if you call me
Are
fat,
you
I will
sure
not
you were
understand. Yes, I was.
So then why do we draw the line between fact and feeling? Because some things are facts. Like if you see Nadia, she's not very vertically endowed. But so where do you draw the line between saying, hey, you're skinny, oh, and thinking about how she feel? Where do you draw the line, Nadia?
Well, for me, I think if I'm a fat person, if you are fat, I wouldn't want to tease you, but you know, some of them, it's not from family or anything. They are just eating to be fat. So me, if I am telling you, not that I'm teasing you, but like, you're fat, so I'm telling you, but then I'll maybe say in a way that will make you hurt. But then if you're fat, I'll tell you you're fat. You have to lose weight and get
And like,
bring that up.
how do you feel if someone can see you are fat, you have to lose weight? But some people enjoy being fat. How do you feel, Ella?
It depends on the relation I have with you. If like I'm really like that with you, then I'll take it normal. But if you are someone I'm kind of shy of and you tell me I'm fat, like I'm not going to take it lightly at all.
So what will you do? Will you listen?
Oh,
Will you say
no.
I'm fat and let me show you, and then you give him pa? Will
No,
you give him
no,
one,
no,
or
no.
you say okay, I've heard you, God bless you? How
I'll
do
just
you react?
ignore you.
You just ignore
Because
Because-
as she said, some people's own it's from
family.
family, yes, like mine.
Ah, Ella, why? You see, I didn't want to say it too. You have said it. Me,
it's
I haven't
true.
said it. I
Like
didn't.
mine.
I didn't plan on saying it.
Okay, so you want to know who I took?
No, Ella, let's not go there. Let's not go there. Let's not go there. I just say, how do you think you should react when someone tells you, it's not necessarily that you are fat, but like someone tells you something about yourself, personally, how you look. Hey, you have a lot of pimples, so
But it's the truth. Charlie, the truth hits. But
so
then
you should
it's
take
the
it in cool. But some people,
But some people, it depends. Someone just wants to make fun of you. Another two is just telling you so that you do something about it. And we should know that the person making fun of you just wants you to get angry. So when he gets angry, he's happy. So if you don't mind him, like you have pimples or you are fat too, you just continue whatever you are doing. When you stop, you get tired and stop. You see, so you shouldn't really react to everything.
I told you that today he's in the element. He's taking past the ever sheet. He's speaking like a faster today. So we shouldn't really react. We should just take it cool. But what if the person, it causes them to be really sad and sorrowful, and when they start, they pray, they cry. Oh, mommy, no, in class they call me fat. How do you deal with such a person who it causes them to be sad and sorrowful? How do you help such a friend? Anita.
Okay, first of all, being too fat is not something that is good. So first, I would advise you to like exercise regularly.
I think this natural Ghana, you have to stop. Everything that is bad, to get out of it, someone says it's my family.
No,
it's natural.
No. See, some things are there, it's natural. Like you cannot do anything about it.
But if you exercise, you can lose weight.
You can lose weight, but then you not become slim.
Oh, actually.
But you reduce in size.
You reduce a little, but Charlie, you still be fat.
So I say that if you were born fat, you cannot become slim.
Cannot become slim.
It's a lie.
That is why there are some people. Wait, see, there are some people, they are very slim. They can eat the food, all the food in this world. They will never become fat. That is how it is. Some things are there, it's natural. You cannot do anything about it.
Really?
Yes.
So this natural, I do not want to agree with this natural thing. Because
do you think I can exercise can make me like you? Do you think?
Yes.
No, exercise
yes.
cannot. Kofi is too slim. Exercise cannot make me like Kofi.
Look, I should say, if you do push-ups, 50 push-ups every day,
okay, you
for 50 days,
eat a lot and then try to become like me and see.
Ha! I don't want to become like you. So Anita, as I was saying, how do we help such a friend?
Okay, so you advise the person to do things that will make the person lose weight, and then you also have to talk to the person not to feel bad about his or her looks, because even in the Bible they told us we are all wonderfully and fearfully made. So it's fine, and we're all created in God's image. So the way the person is, it's okay, but you just tell the person not to feel bad when people talk about how he or she looks.
Okay. So how do we deal with such bullies when you see them talking about the person? Nadia, looking at you, if someone like Ella comes to talk to you and says you are fat and you are observing it, Ella, will you be able to stop if you were in Nadia's shoes? If you observe you yourself teasing someone, will you be able to stop the person? Say, oh, you stop teasing them. And when the person says, what if I don't stop? How do you help such a person who is being bullied?
Well, I'm going to, as a Christian, you have to pray, because prayers really work. So you pray about it. If you talk to the person and the person is not going to listen, then you just have to leave the situation. But prayers work, as I said. So when you pray about it and you talk as well, maybe the person might have a second thought and change the mind.
Okay. As for Nadia, you see her like this, she has a little bit of King Kong in her. So I'm sure she'll try and attempt to stop the fight. Or Nadia, if someone is being bullied, will you try and attempt to tell the bullies to stop?
No,
or you just mind your business?
I mean, it depends. If the bullies are my mates, sure, I can. But if not, I'm not going to try.
If the bully is like someone like Ella like this.
No, not that, but I mean, if you are older than me, if I'm in a higher class or something, I can't tell you to stop. But if you are in my same class, I can't tell you.
Actually, what did you do to the bullies?
I've tried to tell you to stop. I've done it a lot of times.
And did they end you some slaps?
My classmates.
So how about seniors?
That one they're not trying. I don't.
Anita, you would not even go near such an incident.
Like, when they get tired, they'll stop. So I won't do anything about it.
Hey, you won't even beat them. Tease.
Like, is it like teasing the person behind the back or like the person is there?
Face to face.
Charlie.
Hey, when they are busy teasing someone, who am I to go and say they should stop?
I see. I see.
Especially like if they are teasing a girl and I go and tell them that stuff, they'll end up teasing me with a girl.
You can talk to them like when they are done. The next time they shouldn't do it or something, but when they are in the process of teasing the person, even go and talk, they're like, they'll not even hear, they'll not listen to you.
Alila, you wanted to say that?
Normal teasing, there's no problem with it. But when it crosses its boundary, like Kofi, stop. You keep on doing it. Kofi, stop. One day I just lift my hand.
Hey.
No, I'm not saying that's what I'll do, but like I'm telling you reality. You keep on doing something someone says you should stop doing. It's either the person will just leave you to your fate or will just retaliate in a very bad manner, and it might go a long way to affect both of you.
Okay. So your general impression is that we should leave them unless it's really, really extreme. So in such a case, do you evacuate the person, like go with them away and talk to them, or you just leave the person to face their fate? Achese.
I'm not going to talk to you anyway. As I said there.
You're not talking to him?
I'm not going to talk to you.
You're not even comforting that?
For what?
You've been teased and he's crying.
And I'll carry a tap. It's okay, my brother. Don't cry. For what?
You just watch them. Nadia, you just watch. You're not going to say, oh, it's okay. You're not that emotional.
No. Wait. For some people don't know how to let me put it play. Like some people just play, because that has happened to me before. Like this friend of mine, she was quite big, and I never knew she was. You see, the school uniform was there. So one time she wore her PE and she was so big. I think I forgot myself. I was like, hey, Abena, you're fat too. I just said
oh,
it.
No.
I forgot and I just said it. I didn't know she got angry or anything. I mean, because like she was actually very big. I didn't know, and you see it was tight, so like everything. Her siblings are not that big. Her siblings are not like so big. So I was like, hey, I'm not your fat. So I just said it, and she didn't give any impression. The next day,
she refused to talk to you.
Yes, and I even had to tell her parents, but
how did you patch up? How did you patch up, or you don't talk?
No, like. I asked her because I asked her why she was sick. She didn't even tell me. Someone came to tell me that it's because of what I said. So some people, I was just playing too. It's not like I'm teasing her. Some people don't know how to play. Like,
Yes.
No, like I used to play. I mean, I play with her, but maybe she doesn't like that thing. Yes, I'm sure. Because
when my friends tease me, it's playfully. I mean, I don't get angry at them because I know that they are just playing.
Understand them.
Okay, so everybody has a soft spot. Yeah. Like you, like this. If she was a very different kind of person, I'm not sure your face would have the form it has right now, because given that she was big, if she landed one Azuma Nelson-like punch, there'll be a dent in your face. So I think we should consider that our words have power, and some people might not even express it like Abna did, but it could hurt them and it could leave them scarred for life. So we should try and manage our words around such people. So to wind up, I would like us to learn a few things about how to keep fit and good health. The first thing is to eat well. No, we don't really like eating fruits and vegetables, but the advantage fruits and vegetables give us is that when we eat them, they lead to frequent bowel movement. So they clean the colons and prevent colon cancer. And so the more you eat fruits and vegetables, the more the thing is able to digest and move out of your system and clean it such that it doesn't clog and turn into fat. And by the time you realize you are big. Another key thing is exercise. We need to really, really exercise well. Some of us, we are too slim, so we think exercise is not necessary. But for each of us, you need to really, really exercise. And the last part is drinking enough water. Many of us tend to drink soft drinks and other stuff. They have their uses, yes, but when you don't drink enough water, your blood becomes too much concentrated with toxins, and some of them can start filling your stomach with fat and other things. So we should need to drink a lot of water to kind of flush our systems so that we are always clean. And I'm sure with all these in mind, would all be fit and healthy. That was great having you guys here. So, Anita, any last remarks to our viewers?
Yes, I would like to tell them that it's not good to be teasing people because of their looks. It's a bad thing. So if you know you do it, it's not the best to stop it.
Pastor Van Steve.
Pastor.
Any last remarks?
They say teasing is not good, but then if you are the person being teased to, just know that they are just teasing you for you to react. So don't react.
All right, Nadia.
Well, I think that in some cases where you are obese, if someone is trying to tell you, you can know when someone is playing and when someone is serious. If someone is trying to tell you that, okay, you're fat, please try to lose it, understand? Don't get angry.
But
try to work on yourself, then everything.
Okay, I have an issue with that, but I think we'll discuss it at the next forum. Ella, any last remarks?
Yes, please. Before you speak, think about how the person will feel or who you are addressing. If it's to be good, then you can say what you want to say. If not, then please, it's better you keep your words, or else maybe the worst might happen. Kofi, what do you also have for our viewers?
My advice is that coronavirus is still there. Please wear your mask and stay safe. Avoid large gatherings and keep a 3-meter social distancing. And by this, we'll all stay safe and alive, whether you're obese or not. Thank you so much for viewing our show today, and we hope to see you sometime soon, which is next week. God bless you.